Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're gonna make a quick video. I'm not gonna get held up here about this, but the report was from Howard Beck on The Ringer, basically suggesting, which my colleague told me when I brought it up, saying, wouldn't Giannis want to go to Miami? And he said, well, he'd probably rather go to New York or Milwaukee. And I said, why? And he's like, marketing purposes. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, optically, it sounds like something that in the 21st century you would think wouldn't matter because everything's ubiquitous, regardless where you are. So to me, I think I was just being naive and forgetting about like how much power there is, and just think about like how much more Luka is in the spotlight and the commercials and everything since he's gone to LA compared to when he was in Dallas. It's almost night and day, the amount of cover, I guess, advertisement and more star power he has since going to Dallas. Now, that's why the report of Giannis Antetokounmpo allegedly wanting to go to the New York Knicks, or I guess the Brooklyn Nets or the Clippers or Lakers over anywhere else, makes sense in my mind. Like, you're talking about him going from the small Wisconsin-based city like Milwaukee to one of the biggest cities in the world. That would be a massive change of pace. But yeah, so what stands out is that if you look at the team, okay, and I don't think it'd be hard for the Knicks to do it, but they could do it. You'd assume that it'd be Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges probably, as like the base package, and then you figure it out. I would have to assume, right? Now, the Nets, I've always said if they were to do it, it'd be like Nick Claxton, Cam Johnson, and Cam Thomas probably in a sign and trade, and some deal worked around that. Because you can do a sign and trade even though you can't have it in the same deal. There's these things called non-simultaneous transactions. Yeah, non-simultaneous transactions is the phrase in the collective bargaining agreement that they could do the deal. Clippers, you'd think it'd be like Norman Powell and whatever contracts are needed to be able to bring the trio of Kawhi, Giannis, and Harden to life. But the report that Howard says is, does Giannis ask out? If he does, he have a list. He said that he poked around and that one of the LA teams or one of the New York teams, or maybe Miami, not a big market, but a glamour market, mid-sized market, they threw Chicago in there, and he doesn't remember Houston. It should. So that's where it all becomes interesting. Houston, obviously we know the deal they would do. It's probably like Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, and whatever salary filler you see fit, and draft capital. For the rest, Miami, it's Andrew Wiggins. You probably dump Terry Rozier on like the Nets and try to get Nick Claxton or Cam Johnson sent to Milwaukee, or do something similar to that with another team. And then the Lakers, it would have to be Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, whatever combination of salaries. So to me, it's definitely interesting. Is Chicago, Vooch. I don't know if I would love to keep Vooch. So I would rather do a trade of Pat Williams, who has no value, maybe even a negative value, mixed with Kobe White, Ayo DeSumo, and whatever else. Maybe even sign and trade Josh Giddey if you have to. Let me hear your thoughts.